Get ready for the dictation. Ready? 1, 2, 3, start. Habeas corpus is a special and powerful legal remedy that protects the personal liberty of a human being. It is one of the strongest safeguards in law to ensure that no person is kept in illegal detention. These words, habeas corpus, come from Latin and they mean produce the body. These words express the heart of this remedy. When a court issues a writ of habeas corpus, the person or authority who is detaining someone has to bring the detained person before the court and give clear reasons for the detention. If the court finds that the detention is lawful, it can be order immediate release. To understand this better, it helps to imagine a long and detailed story about one person whose situation becomes the basis for a petition for habeas corpus. The story that follows is imaginary, but it shows how the remedy works, why it matters, and how it protects human freedom. Delhi is a peaceful town of the time. In Delhi lives a man named Ravi. He is 45 years old, married to a school teacher, and father to two young children. He works as a mechanic in a small automobile repair shop near the main road. He is known for being patient, hardworking, and helpful. Many people in the town know him as an honest man who repairs their bikes and scooters with care and attention. He earns enough to support his family, and though he is not lavish, it is stable and content. One evening, after finishing his work, he begins to walk towards his house. It is getting dark. He thinks about his children waiting at home and he plans to bring some sweets for them from the local shop. As he walks, two police officers stop him. They tell him that they need to ask him some questions about a theft that happened in the town that morning. They ask him to come with them to the police station. He is surprised because he has no idea about any theft, but since he believes that he has done nothing wrong, he decides to cooperate. He says he will come with them. The officers take him to the station in their vehicle. At first, he thinks that it will be a simple discussion and that he will be allowed to go home soon. However, when he reaches the station, things become troubling. The officers take him into a small room. They asked him many questions. They do not listen to his answers properly. He politely asks if he can call his wife and inform her that he will be late. The officers say no. They tell him to keep quiet and answer the questions. As the hours pass, he becomes more worried. He knows that his wife will be worried too. He asks again if he can leave. The officers do not allow him to go. They ask him to sign some papers without explaining what they mean. He refuses to sign anything without understanding it, and this makes the officers angry. Meanwhile, at home, the wife of that person waits for him. The children ask her again and again for their father. The wife tells them that he will come soon, but inside her heart, fear begins to grow. She tries calling his phone, but it is switched off. She thinks that maybe the battery died. She makes dinner, hoping that he will walk in at any moment. But the hours continue to pass and there is no sign of him. The next morning, she decides to go to the police station. She hopes she will find him there and that everything will be resolved. When she reaches the station, she asks the officers politely if her husband is there. They respond with rude and vague answers. They say that he is under inquiry. When she asks to meet him, they refuse. They say that the inquiry is still going on. They do not show any arrest warrant, nor they explain why the said person is being kept. She waits outside the station for several hours. No one gives her clear information. She sees other families coming and going, but she is left in confusion. One of the officers tells her to go home and come back later. She refuses to leave. She stays there the whole day crying and praying, but she still doesn't see him. As elderly man named Kumar sees her distress and offers to help. He advises her to meet a lawyer. She hesitates at first because he has never been inside a court before. She contacted an advocate. He notes the dates, the times, the name of the police station, the names of the officers, and her attempts to meet Ravi. He says that under the law, the police must produce a person before magistrate within a specific period after arrest, usually within 24 hours. They can't keep a person locked away without showing proper reasons. They can't deny access to a lawyer or family member without lawful grounds. They can't simply hold someone because they want to pressure them or because they suspect them without evidence. He tells her that there is a powerful remedy available for such a situation, a petition for a writ of habeas corpus. She has heard the phrase habeas corpus before. She never understood what it meant. Her explains that habeas corpus is a constitutional remedy. It is one of the fundamental tools that the court uses to protect the personal liberty. When someone is being detained unlawfully, the court can order the detaining authority to produce the person in court, and then the court decides whether the decision is legal. If it is not legal, the court can order immediate release. Then she agrees to file a petition before the High Court. He writes all the facts in simple and clear language. He writes that her husband was taken away by the police officers without any warrant. He writes that the said person has been held for several days without being produced before a magistrate. He writes that the police refused to allow her to meet her husband. He requests the High Court to issue a writ of habeas corpus and direct the police to produce Ravi before the court. Stop.